Did someone say puzzles? I love puzzles and I love people, and we're celebrating both today. Let's go.
Good morning, family. It's time to hit the streets. I've got good news today. It's time to be the change. It's time to stand up, get up, 'cause it's time to get up.
Hey, Brian. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, good to see you, Tim.
Good to see you too, man. Hey,
All right.
I want to learn all there is to know about puzzles.
Well, that's great. You've come to the right place. Glad you're here. Puzzle Warehouse is the largest supplier of jigsaw puzzles, we believe, in the world, actually. Most adults do a 1,000-piece puzzle. Right now, the largest is 52,000 pieces. During the peak of the pandemic, we hired about 200 people. So when everybody else was shutting down, we were hiring people just to be able to meet the demand of getting product out the door to customers. We are still having a shortage of puzzles across every manufacturer. Not one company is making their entire line because they just can't produce it as fast as it's being sold. February of last year, so right about a year ago, we did something unusual, which is we made a deal with one of our largest suppliers to buy a year's worth of inventory. All of that arrived, and we were in the process of receiving that, and then the pandemic happened. Had we not had that shipment arrive, we would have been sold out within probably a week. And instead, we had product for 3 or 4 months to get us through the pandemic. Doing puzzles is something that you can do with, your kids, your wife, your spouse. So it's something you can do as a family, and it doesn't require a phone or an electronic gadget to happen, right? You sit down and you can spend some quality time together, and you can engage with somebody while doing an activity. And I think we need more of that today.
Man, Brian, you've got all kinds of puzzles here, even puzzle accessories. Give me the scoop on the puzzle scoop.
Yeah, so this is a kind of a cool new product that's designed to make it so that you can pick your pieces up and kind of move them around on your table when you got a lot of them. And even cooler, it's a magnifying glass, so you can get a close-up and actually see what you're working on there. It's a great little tool.
Any little tool to help you get the puzzle put together.
Absolutely.
I love that. Let's see, I think this may, could that? Look at that.
Hey,
Found
great
a
job,
piece.
Tim.
Just like I'm on a roll. Hey, somebody else who's on a roll is our good friend Mama Cat. She found her groove in the kitchen, and she's using that technique and that skill to find her place in the community.
Pot Bangers is a collective of activists, really, that came together after the murder of Michael Brown in 2014 in Ferguson, Missouri. I said, let me go out there and see what I can do. I didn't know what I could do, but I went out there, stopped by Sam's Club, got some snacks, and me and my grandson, we went out to the street. And I got out there and got a sense of what was going on, so I'm like, well, maybe people would benefit from hydration and food, right? And they said a little home-cooked meal wouldn't hurt nothing. They didn't know who they was talking to. So the next day I came back with spaghetti, salad, and garlic bread. It's easy just to give somebody food. But I sat down and I broke bread with the young people. And that was the beginning of like every single day. And we fed the movement. And so this carried into working with families who lost their young ones to violence, and ultimately going out on the street and fellowshipping and serving our unhoused family. When you break bread, you break down walls. We wanted to break bread because, it's bringing love in. When you feed the body, you feed the spirit. And so when you sit down and you break bread together, it's a revolutionary act. Oh, I'll go out and I break bread, or I'll go to the shelters and I sit down and I eat with the family and we talk about what's going on. Because for an unhoused person, the simplest of things mean everything. If you just ask them, how's your day going? That can mean the difference between somebody wanting to live or die, right? So you sitting down, you eating, you talking, you laughing, you joking, it's love.
I think that she's got a heart that's, made of gold, metaphorically speaking, and that, she really puts her all into it.
Mama Cat is full of energy, and it seems like she gets extremely energized when she's in this element, when she's in the kitchen, when she's around the unhoused, when she's around her volunteers, when she's around the kids.
I grew up in the Bronx tenement, and coming home from school in the winter, the windows are fogged, right? Pots are banging and clanging on the stove. Mama in there getting down, so I said, Mama banging pots. That's where the pot bangers come from, right? And my mother fed the whole village. Doing this is my way of justice. This is a way to lift up those with the least among us. When you lift up your army is strong. and you can move, and you can fight, and you can win.
Brian, that Mama Cat, her energy and her enthusiasm are infectious, and so is her heart for serving the community. I mean, she's found a way to give back to the community, to serve others, just by doing what she does as a chef. So cool.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, really good. Hey, children's room?
Yeah,
What's in here?
some really cool stuff.
Puzzles for kids of all ages?
All kinds, and one of the new things right now is doing puzzles that are shaped. So in this case, they're shaped in the shape of an animal. And as you can see here, like here's speaking of Mama Cat, the tiger.
I like that. Ooh, I like this one right here. This reminds me of somebody else we met recently. Incredible person named Lindsey. She's a student at Missouri Baptist University. And when she was just a kid, she started her own ministry. And it was all about bears, teddy bears.
Sharing Smiles is a charity that I started when I was in 4th grade. I had a severe asthma attack and it kind of left me traumatized, and so I wanted to give back to the community in a way that would help others feel comforted. I have these community days where a bunch of people from my high school or my church or just friends and family come together and we make bears over the course of 6 hours or so. We didn't start with bears. We started with a toy drive and then a socks and hat drive. And then when my brother, Cameron, was in the hospital, he got this little bear and it was just the cutest thing and he loved it so much. Seeing how that impacted him wanted me to do something kind of similar.
Whenever you're going through something like that, sometimes it feels like you have that little piece missing from you, and getting something like that definitely helps fill that void and definitely helps make you feel more comfortable where you're at in the situation that you're in. Being able to be that person that does those things and give those things to those people is definitely very rewarding.
It is a lot of work, but I really love doing it and I feel like it's part of my calling. Whenever I do it, I know that it's glorifying God. I never get to see the reactions just because we don't want to risk their health. But I have heard stories afterwards. Somebody will ask me or my mom what Sharing Smiles is, and so we'll tell them the story and then they'll tell us, oh my goodness, my son received a bear and it was his favorite thing. It helped so much. Knowing that it's making a difference for those kids and for the parents even, that really helps me whenever I'm stitching each bear, making sure that it's perfect and just praying over them while I do it too.
It's a really cool experience to not only see her do this, but see all the people that she takes along with her in this journey. It's really fun to just kind of sew them all together and get to talk with the other women that are sewing.
I was able to bring it to my school and then my high school, and then now at Missouri Baptist, we have full service days with Sharing Smiles as part of it. They're especially supportive of my work, and so they really make an effort to make this something that is a part of the school. Your community will support you. They want to help and they want to help their community. They just need someone to start it.
Missouri Baptist University is our academic partner. Shine on, thread up. Let's do this together, St. Louis. Talk about finding your thing. Lindsey started that ministry when she was in 4th grade and it's still going strong. It started with getting her family involved, then it was her friends, then it became her fellow students at Missouri Baptist University. It's amazing. And you know how many bears she's delivering a year?
How many, Tim?
Well, this puzzle is 100 pieces of bears. She's delivering 1,000 to 2,000 bears to the hospital every year.
And all those are hand sewn?
Hand sewn.
That's amazing.
It's really cool. A labor of love. Ooh, I see some more puzzles. Let's go.
Our first mission is bring glory to God. That's why we're here. We have a talent. It just happens to be banking.
So M1 Bank is banking on a mission fueled by the power of purpose.
It gets a point in your life where you got to live it every day, not just believe it.
I'm believing that this is going to catch on and we're all going to thread up.
For us in our house, this is how we're going to serve the Lord and His purpose. And we're going to do it through the financial institution that happens to be called M1 Bank.
Hey friends, let's be honest. Nobody knows what the future holds, but we all know what we want our future to look like. Lower taxes, guaranteed income, financial stability. Sound pretty good? Now, all you have to do is call an attorney, an insurance agent, a money manager, and a tax advisor. Or you can call the one place that has it all under one roof. Our friends at Circle of Advisors secure us. In 20 years, not a single client has lost even a dime to market volatility. They've helped walk with the thread since day one to help secure our future, and they'll do the same for you too.
It's the spring cleaning sale here at Marshall Home and Mattress Direct, where you can save on mattresses and furniture for every room in your home. Like this 5-piece top grain Italian leather sectional for just $60 a month. Impress your friends on movie night with this 3-piece reclining sectional with LED lights and cup holders. You can take it home today and no credit needed. These queen-size Beautyrest adjustables starting at just $5.99. Don't miss these great deals going on now. These products are in stock. Shop this week and have it delivered right away. Only at Marshall Home.
Hey friends, as many of you know, The Thread airs on Fox 2, but this show is a nonprofit 501c3 that depends heavily on the contribution of viewers. That means to keep this mission going, we need your help. So, you've seen the show. You know what your contribution will help us do. Let these folks tell you what supporting The Thread could do for you.
It is good news in a bad news world. Everything about this show is kingdom work.
So many different programs always highlight calamity, and it's just fun to see, you know, people that really care about other people.
Genuine.
It just seems like everybody's serving each other, and it's the good stuff. How can we make this go further and keep on going?
Wow, it's amazing how even the smallest contribution can make a huge impact. That's what we're all about at The Thread, loving the next person who crosses our path. I hope you'll join the team, support us, and help us continue to thread up, y'all. Welcome back to The Thread. We're at the Puzzle Warehouse, where if you're looking for a puzzle, chances are they've got it, including brain teasers. Brian joining me now, and these are another type of puzzle.
Yeah, so these are for all different ages, from little kids all the way up to, you know, the engineers of the world. But for every age, we've got a brain teaser for someone.
And you've got them all out on the table so people can try them before they buy them.
Yeah.
Very nice. Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, this little guy right here. This is called Woody Man. It's just kind of a nostalgic thing. It's from the 1800s. That's where the design came from. But you can turn him into any shape or make him unhappy or happy. But it's just kind of a fun little deal. And it's Woody Man.
I love that. So cool. Puzzles have been around forever, right?
Yeah, they have.
Unbelievable. Hey, we're looking back at some of our favorite stories over the years as we're flashing back on The Thread, and this is our last season. And one of my favorite stories that comes to mind is Mary. She serves samples at Sam's Club. She's serving up cheesecake, but what she's really serving up is conversation that leads to community.
Cheesecake sample for you? Come on through, that's all right.
She touches people every day, every day.
How you doing today? How about some cheesecake?
When I know Mary's working, it's gonna be a good day.
Morning, afternoon, whatever time it is. Cheesecake, come and let them have some.
She has lots of people that come in just to see her and say hi.
Can I get a really big piece?
I just didn't I just mention his name? Get over here.
She'll grab people when they walk by her car. Let me tell you a story. And people, you know, come back then and look for her because she's connected with them.
We're coming here to see you.
I know that.
We came here just to see you.
All the other women's jealous of me. Come here.
She says, you know, at the end of the day, she wants to think, did I make a difference in someone's life today? Which I think is a pretty awesome thing.
It's my mission to be here to take care of a lot of young people that don't have any encouragement. I tell them about the Lord, how he takes care of you. I got to give cheesecake here, guys.
I know. I'm not trying to stop you from doing what you do.
Get a glove on, would you?
Yeah.
You didn't put a spoon in that one. Then I got the best helper. You get that big one today.
I helped. What do you do when people aren't here yet? How do you get them to come over?
Oh, I yell and scream and carry on, and if they don't buy it, I put it in their cart when they turn their head.
I like that. Can I yell like, we got cheesecake over here? Do you do that ever?
You can.
We got cheesecake over here. Is that good?
I talk like...
Mary's got cheesecake. Is that too loud?
No, that's not too loud. He's going to hire me to be on his show.
Oh, that's good.
She's on it right now.
I can't.
Why do we have to hire you when we can get it for free?
I just love people. I'm a happy person. One of the women that works with us asked me, why are you so happy? I said, I got peace in my heart.
What do you like about it here?
To give samples of food to people. Get them to talk.
Aha. That's it. You like to get them to talk. And you build a relationship with them.
Yeah, I tell them stories all day long. So
You have some people that come here just to see you.
Yeah, they do. So I got to stay here till I die, I guess.
She's giving out more than just cheesecake, isn't she?
Oh yeah, she is. Lots of love.
She's my role model. She's like completely my role model outside of work and inside of work. She's just a very strong person, very cool, happy. When I'm 83, I want to be just like her, and that's some serious stuff. Like I want to be like her.
I love you, Mary.
I love people.
You do love people. You love them well. Tell you what, some of these brain teasers may be really difficult, but Mary proves that making an impact in the community really isn't that hard. It's just having a conversation with somebody can do it, investing in people.
Absolutely.
So cool. Hey, tell me what this one does.
Yeah, this is one of our more difficult brain teasers. This is great for the math person in your life. You got to turn these wheels and add all these columns up to get to 50. It's, I'll tell you, it's hard enough that I haven't even tried to do it. But for the math lover in your life, it's a good one.
I probably don't have time for this, but I do have a few seconds and some questions. You know what that means?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's time for the hot seat, brought to you by Marshall Home and Mattress Direct. Oh yeah, and we've got Brian in the hot seat, ready to take it on. Yes. Brian, our category is puzzles. It should be right up your alley.
All right.
This is all types of puzzles, okay? You ready? 30 seconds on the clock. Clock will start after I ask the first question.
Let's go.
Here we go. Type of saw used to make a standard puzzle.
Jigsaw?
Yeah! The outside part of the puzzle is called the
edge?
The edge or border, yeah, absolutely. Type of puzzle linking together letters and words.
I'm not sure. Oh, a crossword.
Crossword puzzle, yeah, absolutely. This puzzle involves placing numbers in groups and rows.
Numbers in groups and rows. I don't know.
Sudoku! Oh, yeah. Thank you. From the back. We had an expert back there. A square multicolored puzzle that was popular in the 80s.
A Rubik's Cube.
Rubik's Cube, yeah. And finally, if it's a puzzle, this place probably has it. It's the largest puzzle company in the world.
Puzzle Warehouse?
Puzzle Warehouse! Yes! Guess what, Brian?
Thanks.
You just conquered the hot seat. Yeah. Brought to you by
Tim.
Home and Mattress Direct. Woo!
At Emmaus, we help adults with developmental disabilities live their best lives. What that means is we do life with them. We care for their needs, we move toward their wants, and we share love and laughter with them. Our direct support professionals are the main vessel through whom our clients receive their care.
If you want to be a part of something bigger than yourself that blesses you through blessing others, join the team here at Emmaus and witness lives transformed, yours included.
At Emmaus, we do work that matters.
Hey, Threadheads, you no doubt know Don Brown.
Don Brown Chevrolet? Don Brown Chevrolet. Don Brown Chevrolet.
And you probably know that Don has a flair for fashion and a knack for cars, but he also has a heart for people.
I learned from my father a long time ago, it's not about one person, it's about the entire community. It is a car business, but it's a people business. It's about the people. It's not about the products, it's about the people.
If you're in the market for a car, come to Don Brown, where it's people over process.
And we're proud to be part of the Thread family, and we'd love to be part of your family.
Does your home show signs of foundation problems? Call the experts at Woods Basement Systems. Our Power Brace system can fix the problem permanently and help protect the value of your home. Call Woods Basement Systems today. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
It's nice when there's something on TV that we can turn on and just watch as a family.
I think it's good because we can all laugh together and learn.
It's just funny.
I just think it's a great show.
Hey, Kelly.
Hey, Tim. You want to hear what USA Mortgage is doing this week in our community?
You know I do.
We've been busy.
The St. Louis Hero Network is a nonprofit. Our mission is to connect our first responders and veterans with their community. We currently have 150 veteran and first responder-owned businesses on our site. We give the opportunity to these businesses to connect with their community, as well as the community an opportunity to support them and their families. You have built-in integrity and character in using local first responders who serve and protect our local communities. It's my high. It's my daily high. And there's no salaries involved, but they're all first responders, our first responders families. They're not just our 2020 hero sponsor. They were our community partner, our friends, and one of our biggest fans.
Now that's making a difference. Hopefully it's inspired you to be a change maker in your community.
There'll be another one next episode.
I'll be watching. Welcome back to The Thread. We've been taking a tour of the puzzle warehouse all morning long, and Brian, when it comes to puzzles, I think we've seen it all.
Oh, you think so, do you?
Whoa, what is that?
This is a 24,000-piece puzzle. It's made by a company called Duca out of Italy. This is actually a commissioned piece of artwork they turned into a puzzle, and it's just absolutely gorgeous.
Wow, how long did it take to put that together?
This was done by 4 different people over the period of about a month.
So it took a community to put this puzzle together.
Absolutely.
And it takes every piece of the puzzle to really get a full picture of what community is supposed to look like.
You got it.
Yeah, and Will Susenbach found his way to fit into the community at just 16 years old. How did he do it? Through cars.
So Cars for Change is an organization, and what we do is we connect with people in the community and provide for their transportation needs. We can fix vehicles for people that they already have, and then we also receive vehicles donated to us that we fix up and then we can give away.
I've been doing this kind of social work, education type stuff in this kind of a position for almost 20 years, and I'd never heard of anything like Cars for Change. When I first explained the program to the ladies that do the home visits, and they said, who is in charge of this program? And I gave them Will's name. They knew his family, and they said, isn't he just in high school? So to have a teenager that, sees a need in a community and steps up and fills that need and, gives of their time and their talent that just made it that much more remarkable.
There's a doctor's office in town, and whenever we were getting started, they offered this space to us. We invested in some equipment. We had a lot of equipment donated to us to stock our shop. We also have someone that had a lift that they weren't using. And so they actually had us come, tear the lift out of their garage and bring it here so we could use it, which makes us incredibly productive by comparison to working on the floor. We have been fortunate enough to have enough income, just donations coming through the church for us, that we do not have to charge for anything. We haven't had to do any fundraising. We've just let people in the community know what we're doing, and they continue to pour money towards our program. The people that help us out are very excited to be involved. Most of them are not mechanics outside of doing this. Most of them are DIY mechanics and people that are interested in learning but need a little bit of oversight. Pretty awesome when we get to return a vehicle to somebody that we've worked on, and especially whenever we get to give a vehicle away to somebody. There are a lot of people that don't have vehicles in our community, and because we don't have very good public transportation, they really just can't do anything. So the car opens up a whole realm of possibilities for things that they can do now that they wouldn't have been able to do before.
Having that car gives mom transportation to get the kiddo to the doctor, which in turn, leads to healthier outcomes, or get the kiddo to an after-school program, which he may not be able to participate in otherwise.
God has given everybody abilities that they can use to serve others and to be impactful in their communities. And it's just a matter of finding what that is. It doesn't have to be a huge thing. You don't have to start something new. You just have to become involved with something.
There it is, everybody finding their thing. And everyone's gift is gonna look a little bit different. Genesis chapter 1 tells us that God created man in his own image. And then it goes on to say, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. Well, fill the earth with what? With his image. We're all meant to be image bearers, and that's gonna look different for different folks. Paul talks about it in chapter 12, beginning with verse 4. For as in one body we have many members, and the members do not all have the same function. So we, though many, are one body in Christ, and individually members one of another, having gifts that differ according to the grace given to us. Let us use them. We find what those gifts are and we use them. Will said it. He said he had a passion for cars and he had a passion for helping people. Voila, they came together and Cars for Change was born. How about Mama Cat? Pot bangers. She learned from her own mama that she could make a difference in the lives of others through food, and she says it's her way of serving and lifting up the least among us. How about Mary at Sam's Club? She's serving up more than just cheesecake samples. She's serving up the love of God in Christ Jesus to others. and Lindsey Peters. She felt called to minister to those who needed to be comforted, and she just stepped into it. Didn't know how it was gonna happen, she stepped into it. And that's the deal. When we step into our calling, God supplies the strength to do it. He says, just step out there, I got you. And what is calling? Calling is when your great passion intersects with the need of the world. That's calling. Ray Guy was a pretty good baseball player in high school. In fact, the Cincinnati Reds wanted him right out of high school. He was a pitcher, threw about 98 to 100 miles per hour. But Ray Guy said, I'm also a football player, pretty good at that too. And Southern Mississippi gave him the opportunity in college to play football. Well, the Reds came calling again when he was in college as he threw 2 no-hitters for the baseball team at Southern Miss. But Ray Guy said, I'm a football player. And in 1973, he became the first punter drafted in the first round of the NFL draft. Now, most kids, when they're playing in their backyard dreaming of winning the Super Bowl, it's not as a punter. But Ray Guy said, that's what I am, and that's what I do. Worked out pretty well for both he and the Oakland Raiders. He won 3 Super Bowls there. Hang time is a statistic on how long the ball hangs in the air after it's punted. It was not even a statistic until Ray Guy entered the league. How was his hang time? Well, they had to raise the scoreboard at the New Orleans Superdome because Ray Guy hit it with his punt. And in 2014, Ray Guy became the first pure punter inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame historian Joe Horrigan said, he's the one punter you could look at and say, he won games. Ray Guy thrived as a punter. He knew who he was and he thrived in that role. And the Raiders thrived because of it. It's the same with us. When we find our calling, when we step into our gift, community thrives. And we really don't get a really full picture of the truth until everybody's in their place, serving in their purpose. The puzzle is not complete without your unique piece. So what's your calling? God's called you to something, and he's gonna strengthen you to do it. And when he does so, the community's gonna benefit, you're gonna benefit, and the love of God is gonna be magnified, multiplied, and visible to all around. What's your unique puzzle piece? I can't wait to see it. I think this, could it be? Ha! Look at that.
You got it.
Found a piece, I'm on a roll. You talk about finding your thing. Lindsey started that ministry when she, blah, blah, blah. You know, start again?
Sport Content Studio.